Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Friday afternoon. Welcome into another edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside Brett Pritchard and our old friend Wade Bennett joining us on this rainy Friday afternoon, but it is the first day, or at least kind of the first Friday of high school football here in the state of Alabama, so an exciting time. Auburn's got a huge scrimmage later today. This one, again, probably one of the most important practices as far as separating and getting a look at what that two-deep depth chart is going to look like as Auburn moves towards September the 3rd when they will take on Mercer. We'll talk about that a little bit. Been talking about that quite a bit. We'll continue to kind of diagnose the Auburn Tigers as we move forward. What's this team going to look like? What are the true expectations? What are some of the things that we can expect from this team? Love to get your thoughts on that. As always, the phone lines are open. You can give us a call, 256-234-6221, or you can dial us up on the Sports Blitz Facebook page. That's Sports with a Z, and comment away. We'll get to as many of those as we can throughout the show today. Our good friend Jason Caldwell going to join us a little bit later in the program. From inside the Auburn Tigers, we'll get his thoughts about what's going on and kind of maybe preview that scrimmage a little bit. Gentlemen, good to see y'all today. How's everything going?
It's great. Well, good to see you, brother.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me back on the air.
Big news.
Huge news. I'm so excited I can't even stand it. I can barely stand it. First of all, football's back, right? Got out.
It is.
Got Benjamin Russell tonight.
There's a lot of things to be excited about.
Yeah, and
it's like Christmas Eve, this time of year, until your team ain't playing good.
Well, yeah.
And then you want to. Then
it's a hard candy Christmas, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. Let's hope that's not the case for Auburn. So.
Well,
but Wickles, man, big news with you guys and Jax.
We had teased this a couple times. I've been
right
on the air with Andy, and it finally came to fruition this past Wednesday, August 17th, 2022. Wickles Pickles. We partnered with Jax Family Restaurants for a new concept burger, 6-week run in all 220 stores. It is the Wickles Pickles Bacon Burger, and it is fantastic.
There you go, Andy.
I love a bacon cheeseburger. Add Wickles Pickles. And
how can you find anything better? Don't they put the little sauce on there too?
Well, this is a gourmet burger, right?
Here we go.
This is a gourmet burger. 2 patties, 2 pieces of cheese. More bacon than you really need, right? It's got fried onion strips, not rings, and they're just like little strips that are perfectly put on there. 4 wicked sandwich chips from Wickles, and then this barbecue type sauce that they put on. And I've already put on about 7-8 pounds since Wednesday. I've had enough of my fill of Wickles bacon burgers.
So obviously it's
one of the best burgers I've ever had. Well, and that's a fact. The head culinary expert at Jax, a good guy named Sean Landrum, he put this thing together. It tested really well in a test run of 10 stores this spring. And then, we went for it, and it's already a hit. And you're going to see our billboards everywhere. You're going to see ads on the SEC Network everywhere, radio spots, media blitz like this. I've been all over the state this week, but I'm back home where I really like to be with you guys, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you also a huge thank you to you guys and to the Alabama High School Athletic Association radio network. None of that concept, none of this would have happened had I not been at the 6A state game with you, state championship football game this past December with you,
Well,
Brett.
we're glad to get it linked up.
And none of this would have never happened had Wickles not been a sponsor last year for that with your organization, and this year. I've said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. If you're on the fence about spending some advertising and marketing money with these guys, get off the fence. It works. I met the Jacks people at that Clay Chalkville Hueytown football game last year. One of the best football games I've ever seen live.
No doubt.
And I'd like to get a shout in on that later. I got some thoughts on that on the way up. But that's where we met. We would not have met had it not been for the sponsorship, and thank you.
Well, we're excited that we can bring, our partners together, and that's what it's all about. And we want to thank everybody that allows us to put this show on. And Wade, we'll talk more about that Wickles burger throughout the show. And glad to have you with us today, Andy. We already got a ton of comments streaming through. Guys, it's high school football. Appreciate it, Kyle. Thank you for listening every Friday night, and appreciate all of you that tune us in. Patrick gives out a Let's Go TJ. He called it several weeks ago. He thought it was going to be TJ. Well, we got a big scrimmage today. We'll talk to Jason Caldwell at around 12:35, 12:36 on the show to talk about that. And he says 1A is TJ, 1B is Calzada. I'm not sure Calzada is 1B right now. And Ashford is 3. Might have a package in his Andy voice. A package. And so John Paul said, "Happy Friday night lights." Patrick wants to know if Brahms is going to play. What I've been told is no. Okay, so we'll try to get a little bit more. If there's a possibility of him playing, is there still a smidget out there? Possibly, but by all indications is no. Now Jeremiah Wright, for the 800th time, has moved back to off. This kid, man.
I don't like that.
I mean, what are they doing to him? I mean, they offensive line, defensive line, back to offensive line, then back to defensive line. I mean, this kid don't know where to go. I mean, it's a wonder. It's like, do I go out on offense, defense? What is it? So trying to get some stuff done there. And then he says Pritchett is at 220 at DB is going to be a problem.
Nehemiah Pritchett?
Jeez.
He's going to be a problem.
220 pounds.
I mean, is that right? Is he that big?
I don't know, but he's going to be a big problem on special teams for folks.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, it's really going to be a problem if he's still one of the fastest guys on the team at 220.
Daggum runaway train, man. But yeah, I do want to
about run support.
Right, and then we're going to dive into all this Auburn talk because, again, a huge scrimmage today that they want to try to see if there's a separation at that quarterback position between these three guys. Talked about it with Gary Harris on his show this morning. Tied 100 in Tuscaloosa. We do the Auburn report for him every Friday. He was asking that question. Everybody up there was wanting to know, is it really T.J. Finley? Well, we'll find out a little bit more a couple weeks away from the first game. You got to start figuring out who that guy is. You got to start whittling it down and start letting one guy take more reps with the first team so you can try to get some continuity down. But we find ourselves in the same situation we find ourselves in all the time with offensive line. You got guys hurt. You got moving around. Don't know who's going to start in what position. Don't know who your quarterback's going to be. You got to really get something out of this scrimmage and start getting some consistency.
Yeah, I think the tackle positions are probably the most solid at this point with Zaire and Troxel on your outside. And the good thing about it is, though, I think we've cross-trained a lot of guys. You got Brandon Council, you got Keandre Jones, you got Cam Stutz, who has stepped up at guard. It's the center position now that's kind of thrown the monkey wrench into the things. And they've been talking up Tate Johnson, and I said that earlier this week. There's a reason for that. And they keep saying, well, he's the most improved guy in camp. Well, he better be.
Well, you know how much you're asking of a guy in this conference.
I mean, Jaleel Irvin played in the bowl game. He's not even a mention.
Must not be any good. I mean, I hate to be that way, but must not be cutting it the way he needs to be cutting it. I mean, if not, he'd be getting some reps.
Well, this is rumor swirling around season, right? I mean, every year it seems like we go through this with, who's going to play where, and especially with the offensive line. One thing that I am liking, that I do like hearing, other than Jeremiah Wright moving again from defensive line back to offensive line, is you're not really hearing a lot of that talk on the defensive side of the ball.
No.
And I think.
Well, I didn't think he's going to play much over there anyway because of what we got up front.
That's true, but I'm looking towards what we're going to have in the future.
Yeah, right.
He needs to be over there, in my opinion, because
maybe they're doing it because they're in such dire needs of having some more. Because
they only got like 18 offensive linemen, but half of them are like 25.
But all of them, I think, have had about 5 surgeries each.
That's true.
I mean, we average about, I think Nick Brahms has had 8 surgeries. I think Austin Troxell's had 7. Brandon Council's had 7. I mean, he got a lot of guys up there that, man, at any moment, I mean, at any time on the line, you know, something can happen and you could get chopped or whatever and you could hurt a knee. But you got guys that have been cut on multiple times that you're relying on. I mean, what if 2 or 3 of them go down? I mean, Brandon Council ain't played a full season yet, really. I mean, you got a lot of guys out there. Austin Troxel hadn't done it. You're looking at Patrick coming in saying that Tate Johnson's too light at 285, that Brandon Council's going to have to move to center. Well, I mean, he's got experience there, but then who you going to put in his spot? So it's a jigsaw puzzle, man.
Well, I think the recurring theme you're going to hear early, well, from now on and into the season, especially early in the season until you get to Penn State, and Andy, I want to get your thoughts on this, is all, the defense is going to have to carry Auburn early until they can establish some type of true offensive identity, which I'm not sure we've had in years. Okay?
We haven't.
I mean, maybe it was the Bo Nick show, and that's it. It was kind of our identity late in Malzahn years. But, you know, Andy, what do you think? I think it's up to the defense, kind of the old school way. Going to have to just shut some people down early. Auburn get through the game, get some wins early, and then move into the rest of the season with offense finally catching up.
Well, the good thing about it is you open up with Mercer and San Jose State, which ought to be an opportunity for the offense to find its way a little bit. You got Tank Bigsby back there. If you can establish any sort of consistency on your offensive line, you feel like maybe you can rely on the running game a little bit to try to settle things. Now, you know, T.J. Finley throwing the football, that was the problem last year. That's why we went from scoring 30 points a game to scoring, 17 points a game. In those last 3, we couldn't move the football. So everybody better have improved. That's all I got to say. We will dive a little bit deeper into this. Love to get your thoughts. 256-234-6221. Back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Hilleby Towers is an affordable senior citizens community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East. Spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more information on Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552. That's Hilleby Towers in Alexander City.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, it's Brett Pritchard, and I'm here to tell you all about Sims Foods, who you know better as Wickles Pickles. Wickles Pickles, that 90-year-old recipe, wickedly delicious. Relish, okra, and pickles. From Saturday sandwiches, tailgate snacks, to holiday dinners with your family and friends. From their family to yours, Wickles Pickles, those wickedly delicious pickles.
Wickles Pickles, wickedly delicious pickles.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling in to Glenn Smith Buick GMC in Opelika. Right now, get GMC Acadias up to $4,000 off. Buick Envisions up to $5,000 off. And GMC Sierras up to $6,500 off. Or choose 0% financing.
We have hundreds of new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs on the lot or on the way. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy, Brett, and Wade here with you for about 45 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. We're brought to you each and every day by Russell Do-It Center. They got 10 locations around central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Do-It Center today. You'll be glad that you did. We're talking about Auburn. Saturday down south, not a big believer in Auburn this year. Predicting Auburn to go 6-6. That seems to be about right. I think I've seen as high as maybe 8-4, as low as maybe 4-8. So they're right there in the middle, about 6-6.
Well, let me just say this: if Auburn's 6-6 this year, then next year, I mean, I really don't know where it's going to lead to. I mean, I'm being honest about that and serious, because this year, with the talent we've got, especially on defense, this team has a chance to be pretty good. It's the future moving forward that everybody's concerned about, especially in recruiting. Again, we'll have Jason Caldwell on in a couple segments. Everybody's talked about it, the development. You got all these guys, whether you like them or not, all those offensive linemen pretty much are going to be gone next year. So you better make hay while you got them and hope they stay healthy. I think that could actually be a strength of the team if they can kind of keep everything together. But next year, who are you going to put out there? I mean, you got a lot of, people that are very skeptical of the way the recruiting's going right now. You only have one offensive lineman really on the board for next year's class, and it's Braden Joyner. I like Braden Joyner. I think he's a great get for Auburn. He's from Auburn High School. He is not 6'3", okay? At his tallest, he may be 6'1", but I think that's pushing it. Randy and I both think he's about 6 foot tall. And he's a very wide. You can tell he's very strong. Seen film on him. Watched the way he played against IMG last year. Played outstanding. Really kind of got on the map there. But he's not a very tall guy. So, you know how these intangibles are. They're a little bit skewed sometimes. But Auburn's got one offensive lineman right now, guys. And Jason has talked about this on our show and just really kind of questions the philosophy of how Auburn recruits offensive linemen. We go after like 8 or 9 guys, and it's kind of asinine to think you're going to get 5 or 6 of those. To get 5 or 6, you got to go recruit 30. You got to go off for 30, and I don't think Auburn's done that.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and put Brett in on the side of the board that we're not going 6-6 after that. Okay.
We're not going 6-6. We're not going 6-6.
I'm with you. I mean, look, if you're not out there constantly bringing in the big beef on both sides of the ball, on the offense and defensive line, you're just going to get pushed around. You might hang with the Ole Misses and Mississippi States and Arkansas of the world, but you're not going to hang very consistently with the Alabama, Georgias, and LSU and Texas A&Ms of the world. And I think that's been a huge problem, specifically when we've gone up against Georgia the last 2 or 3 years, is that their lines of scrimmage have just dominated ours on both sides.
That's
of the
where we've
ball,
lost
man.
it
It's
in the
been
bigger
terrible.
games. Yep.
And they've just bludgeoned us, and you see it. Auburn hangs in there for a quarter and a half, and then 2 quarters possibly with a team like Georgia. Same thing happened with A&M, and then late in the games they just start. They've pounded you so long that you're just not going to hang in there. So if you're not bringing in top tier talent on the lines of scrimmage, you can get away. With some 3 and 4 star, 3 stars here and there. Scattered, but you've got to have just about 4-star
plus
talent on paper and above on your offensive and defensive line in big time college football, or you're finished.
Well, the lines of scrimmage in this conference is where it's won. And look, I'm going to give Patrick the Sunshine Award seriously, because he feels good about it. He said, O-line recruiting will be fine. Just watch. I hope you're right. I'm pulling for every prediction you have, because you're saying TJ Finley is going to be a new guy this year. I hope you're right. One of the things that you look at from a standpoint of all the teams at the top, Clemson, Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia, generally LSU when they're having really good years, and even us when we've had our good years, you're good up front, man. I mean, that's where it all starts. And when you're trying to piecemeal and your recruiting's not going really well, you can have 5-star running backs, you can have great wide receivers, and it doesn't matter. So that's got to get better.
Well, these things kind of feed into each other, right? And they're connected. We keep saying Auburn really needs to overachieve. They need to go out and prove that, okay, last year was just a rebuilding year. We're back on track now. And that will fuel recruiting. That will help solidify this class and bring in some of those guys. We have not done – I mean, the offensive line recruiting just is not this year. It goes back 8-10 years that we've had the poor philosophy. And the reasons why we can go into about Gus Malzahn and how he didn't develop talent, and the offense was so simplistic and it didn't prepare guys. So that, kind of fed into the fact that we stopped being able to recruit high caliber offensive linemen. And that's now a problem now. So how do you reverse that? Well, you start trying to you bring guys in, develop them, and get them onto the NFL. That takes some time. But you got to win some games while you're doing that. It's not an easy task, but this is what is before us, and this is what's got to happen. So if Auburn goes out and goes 9-3 this year and say, oh, well, okay, yeah, that's good, that doesn't guarantee Auburn's going to have a really good class. But it certainly would help.
No, it would.
If you go out in 4-8, I guarantee you're not going to have a good
if you
class.
win 9 or 10 football games, it's going to make a difference in a couple of guys. And right now, that's huge for Auburn recruiting. You making a difference in a couple of guys can mean the difference in finishing 25th in recruiting or finishing 15 in recruiting. That's the honesty of it. So Auburn so far to this point, the quality of the player that Brian Harson's getting is good. It's just not a lot of them, and they're behind everybody else, and we're still at the bottom of the SEC. It is what it is, man.
Hope you get another break here, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com your compact equipment provider.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial buildings. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route, to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
Russell Building Supply and Home Center is just around the corner in a brand new convenient location with a wide selection of grills, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. The new store offers more home improvement items along with other helpful conveniences like a drive-through lumber yard and our Best Rewards program, making it an ideal destination for do-it-yourselfers and professional contractors. Get ready for game day on the plains by stocking up on all your Auburn tailgating gear at Russell Building Supply and Home Center.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy, Brett, and Wade here with you, taking you up to 1 o'clock, brought to you each and every day by Big Fish Real Estate. For all your real estate needs here in the Lake Martin area, as well as down there on the coast, give them a call today, 551-BIG-FISH, or look them up, bigfishlakemartin.com. Here are 5 dream scenarios for Auburn's football season in 2022.
There's at least 5.
So, these are just at least 5.
At least 5.
You tell me, what's the probability of these actually happening.
Were you good in statistics?
We got 5 disasters scenarios as well. So these are the 5. These are the 5. Well, let's dream first. What's the probability that the quarterback play exceeds expectations?
What's the expectation?
Yeah,
Better
what
than
is
last
the
year?
expectation?
I think the expectation is mediocrity. The expectation is we're not going to be better than we were.
Well, if I'm gonna ride with what I've been saying, and we're not going to go 6-6, and we're going to win, 8 games possibly, maybe more. Hopefully, it's got to be better. It's got to exceed expectation. Now, who is that? That's the question. So,
that's right.
That's the honest
I guarantee.
Hey, do you take into account players' opinions and players' analysis? Does that? Have you been listening to Michael Harris and all those guys?
Yes, and
is that buddies talking? Hey, my buddy's doing better, or do you really think T.J. Finley's really gotten that much better at turning the ball loose? They can't really get to him. He's running the ball more. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what do you take into account players, what they say, or is it fluff?
I mean,
they're not going to come out saying body sucks.
That's a really difficult question.
So it's all you got to go off of.
I'm just
going
to say this. Look, after Bo Nix got hurt and no longer was playing at Auburn last season, the QB play was below average. That's not an overstatement, okay?
Right.
It's not going to be that bad this year. So if it's average early on and can progress as the season goes on, then it's easily going to exceed expectation. I mean, are there many people out there, honestly, who think that T.J. Finley is going to be really good next year?
Well, here's my analysis of the quarterback room. If T.J. Finley's the starter, what does that mean? Did he get that much better, or is none of them any good? I mean, it's just one of the two.
And I don't know as you can really answer that question until you see him play.
It. You don't know.
I would go as far as say if TJ, as far as Brett Pritchard is concerned, if TJ Finley is named the starter and he is at least competent and to actually pretty good, then he way over exceeds expectations.
I totally agree with that.
Okay. So
I'm going to say it exceeds.
Okay. Yeah, I think there's a good chance that the quarterback play exceeds expectations, but it's because expectations are not real high. I mean,
so it don't take much to exceed.
I mean, he's not turning into Cam Newton or Nick Marshall overnight.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Or ever.
Okay, Auburn opens with 5 straight home victories. What's the probability Auburn opens with 5 straight home?
Depends on how the Penn State game goes. I think the Penn State game will. If they lose that game, they could lose the next 2, and that's the honest truth, because I think Penn State's a good football team. I don't think they're a world beater team, and I'm more scared of Missouri coming in the next week than I am anything, because it is typical Auburn. That game will probably be 11 o'clock kickoff, and it'll be a sluggish field, and Eli Drinkwitz's going to come in, and Missouri's going to throw the ball around. They're going to do some things. I've witnessed it way too many times in person. So if Auburn were to lose that Penn State game, I think it could derail. So we got to get to that week to really kind of determine. So if they win the game, they could win those other 2.
Auburn gets to LSU 4-0 at home. They'll take down the Bayou Bengals.
If they get there to 4-0.
If they get there. If they have slipped up and let Penn State come in here and James Franklin steal a win away, or beating them and had what you're calling about the classic letdown game against Missouri, then the whole season's probably going to get wrecked.
Well, Steve brings up a good point. Steve says Calzada is remembered for the win over Bama, which I watched that replay on SEC Network the other day, and in the second half, he didn't do really anything. They had 19 plays to Alabama's 45. He made a couple plays in the first half, but
late drive. But
Texas A&M, the late drive, right, but a lot of that was penalty yardage. But again, it was what it was. The special teams really put Texas A&M in position to win the game, which is part of it. He didn't look very good in a lot of those other games. He didn't really do anything against Auburn. Defense won the game for Texas A&M there. So I don't really know. I mean, everybody kind of had anticipation that Calzada needed a change of venue, had all the tools, but right now it doesn't appear that he's making any strides at all to really secure that number one spot. Now, again, TJ Finley's got a leg up on Ashford and Calzada because he's been there a year and he already knows the system and the play. So that's an advantage for him, okay? Let's not diminish that fact. So he's hopefully been able to work on some things in his mechanics and all to make him better while Calzada and Ashford trying to learn offense too.
Just for the record, 68% chance Auburn goes 5-0.
I was going to say 60.
68% chance.
Wow.
Yep. I was going to say
pretty
60.
high.
I'm going dream scenario.
Let's go dream scenario.
O-line mauls SEC defenses.
So there's two tiers of SEC defenses, right? There's the Georgias and Alabamas of the world, and then there's everyone else, right? I mean, until the talent, maybe A&M's defensive line's gotten a little bit more talent to it, and beef. LSU's always got some physical players. Auburn, actually, I think is going to have a very strong defense. I've stated that multiple times. But Auburn always mauls Ole Miss's lines. Auburn always mauls Arkansas's lines. They're way behind. A South Carolina defensive line does not compare to an Alabama defensive line. So I think that the O-line, a senior, a super senior offensive line at Auburn that's been around is going to really do some damage.
It's got to be the most veteran
line
line
in the
whole
But it
college.
doesn't matter to me unless they step up and start doing some pushing around and iron rolling against Georgia.
Right.
2 years under Jeff Pittman, new strength and conditioning. You got 2 years now under the same offensive line coach. Hopefully everybody outside of Nick Brahms is 100% healthy now. You got an opportunity, I think. And like you say, I mean, next year, half these guys will be in a nursing home. So, I mean, it's enough experience there to maul defensive lines. Well, hopefully that'll happen. We'll see. I say, I'm going to go 42% chance. They maul
42.
SEC defense.
42.
42%.
42.
Not quite as optimistic there. We're going to take a break, but when we come back, Jason Caldwell from Inside the Auburn Tigers right after this.
Lake Martin has a new car buying experience. It's the TR Group of Alex City on Cherokee Road. The TR Group has up to 100 late model vehicles to choose from and will not be beat on price, selection, or financing. With the TR Group, your selection and quality is easy and your good credit is rewarded. But we offer guaranteed financing on our inventory because your future is more important than your past. The TR Group, Lake Martin's new standard in auto sales. Located at 814 Cherokee Road, Alex City, USA.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Whether you prefer bricks, clicks, or taps, there's one place built around all your needs. For whatever it is you want to do. Even if your needs change, we'll be right there with you, making it all possible. Because you never know when a new addition will come along. So walk in, log on, or tap away. Either way, Valley's built to help you do you. Wherever life takes you, we'll be right there with you.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Hey guys, this is Nate Paz with Airport Motors.
I'm Connor Branch with Fairway Auto Brokers in Opelika, Alabama.
And this is your first ever Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz.
That's right, Lake Martin. Airport Motors and Fairway Auto Brokers is teaming up for the very first Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz. Make sure to check out either website for the very best selection of pre-owned luxury trucks, SUVs, and sedans in East Alabama. Get pre-approved in minutes online, and make sure to use the keyword Summer Blitz in the comments section for $500 off internet price. That's keyword Summer Blitz.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Hey, this is Doug Roberts, long-term resident of Alexander City. I sold my house with Century 21 Lake Area Realty because all my life I had heard that to sell a house you need 3 things: location, location, location. I found out there's actually 4. You need location, 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 and Rhonda Gaskins at Century 21 Lake Area Realty to sell your house fast.
Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
One special evening with 22-time Grammy winner Vince Gill. Saturday, August 27th, 7:30 p.m. Goosh Performing Arts Center at Auburn University. 2-time ACM Entertainer of the Year, Vince Gill, live in concert. On sale now. Buy tickets at the box office or visit gooshcentertickets.auburn.edu.
Brubaker Motors in Montgomery is the largest and fastest growing used car dealership in the River region. You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker. It's better at Brubaker.com.
Brubaker! 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 Brubaker!
You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker.
BREWBAKER! BREWBAKER.com.
It's better at Brubaker.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy, Brett, and Wade here with you. Going to go to the phone line and welcome in our good friend Jason Caldwell to the party. Jason, how's everything going today?
Going good, guys. How about y'all?
Doing really well. We really appreciate you taking some time for us. Obviously, Auburn with a big scrimmage this afternoon. They've already had one scrimmage trying to kind of narrow down the depth chart, but all eyes on the quarterback position. How do you think that's going so far, and do you have a sense of where it's headed?
Yeah, the sense of where I think it's headed is I think it's headed to, and I thought for a while, I think it's headed to seeing, a couple of guys on the field against Mercer. And right now, I won't be surprised if we see all 3 of those quarterbacks, maybe in the first half of that game, just to see what it looks like. Because, I think T.J. Finley has been the most consistent of those guys so far, has done a good job. What I don't think is there's a huge gap. I don't think it's a big separation. So today will be a big part of that. I just can't imagine that one scrimmage, unless it's him, and he goes out and just takes it over, I can't imagine anybody's going to be separated enough. And you'll still have to have a starter. But my guess is that you're going to have multiple guys playing, when they take on Mercer in week 1.
Well, I talked about it on another show this morning. How important is it to have somebody, though, that you whittle down here in the next couple of weeks to start trying to get some consistency? I feel the same way you do. I think you're going to see – I think you could see multiple guys even up through the first 2 weeks. But, you know, what does that tell everybody? Does that tell – should Auburn fans be really concerned if they're still running 2, possibly 3 guys out there week 2?
Yeah, I think a little bit. I think you obviously best case scenario is somebody goes out and just dominates and wins the job, and that's it. It's over with. You know, worst case scenario is that if you're still scratching and looking for that guy after you play Mercer and you go, everybody did pretty good, it's just hard to play that way. You've got to have a guy that takes control of the team, because what you want to do into a season is build your offense, your play calls, everything around what that guy does best. So, you know, you don't want him to sit down with the OC and go, all right, what plays are you comfortable with in this situation? What do you like here? Well, if you got 3 guys, then that changes depending on who the quarterback is. And that's, you know, that's why, you know, that's why you rarely see multiple guys. You can in certain situations. But rarely do you see a 2-headed quarterback system have a whole lot of success and win championships.
Jason, speaking of offense, the big news this week, the uncertainty of Nick Brahms. Just what can you tell us? Any update on that? Do you feel like he'll be back in an Auburn jersey, or is Nick Brahms' career done?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's still a question mark. You know, I think it's obviously when you hear the talk and you hear, you know, Tay Johnson, Jaleel Irvin, Brandon Council, and Avery Jernigan, when you hear all the names involved at center, it sure makes me feel like that they're preparing for life without Nick Brahms. Now, that might not be the case, and who knows, he might turn around and be out there here soon. But I know, you know, there's kind of just an ongoing knee issue for a guy that's had a bunch of surgeries, and that's tough for a guy when you're going, okay, do I want to go through all this again? And, you know, depending on what it feels like, if it's just like, hey, this thing's going to take a while to get better, you know, he doesn't have another year. He's already on a 6th year now. He's already got his degree, already got his master's. And so, you know, you start looking at it going, when's enough? And you know, Nick Brahms is the only guy that can answer that, but it sure feels like it's at least getting closer to that.
Jason, hey, this is Wade. How are you?
Good, man. What's up?
Oh, not a whole lot. We have been going through some dream scenarios before you came on the show today, and we're about to touch on some of these disaster scenarios. One of them that stands out to me, a possibility, it hurt us last year, in my opinion. Special teams just weren't what they were under Gus Malzahn. And look, you can say what you want about Gus Malzahn. We generally had very solid special teams. I mean, does anybody remember Chris Davis?
Yeah,
I mean,
no
come
doubt.
on. So, Anders Carlson, all that being said, is he back? Is he healthy?
Yeah, he looks good. He's still wearing a brace on that plant leg, and he said just because it feels more comfortable for him, I think more secure for him to do it. But he seems to be kicking the ball really well, and so I think that's been a positive so far in camp. You know, he talked about doing some kickoffs, and he said he's prepared to tackle somebody if he needs to, but he hopes there's more touchbacks. So I think if he's feel comfortable enough, and I think the good thing is that I noticed it in the spring. In the spring, he was out there doing some kicking even back then. So you're talking about a span of, you know, another 4 months or so to give him a chance to go from kicking a little bit to now kind of cutting it loose. So I think he should be fine. And I think if he is, and as the confidence is there, I think him and Oscar Chapman give Auburn a really good kicking duo and do things they did. Now, you're right, Chris. You mentioned Chris Davis. The thing for me now is, can they find a consistent punt returner, kickoff returner, and you know, kickoff return, you don't get much of a chance anymore, but can you find a punt returner that can make a couple of plays? I think that's a huge deal, especially when you're looking for, you know, more offense. You get an extra first down or two on a punt return can make a huge difference.
Jason, thank you so much for being with us today. Have fun tonight. Stay dry if you can.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Y'all
Thanks,
too.
brother. Appreciate you.
We got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. More to come on this edition of the Auburn Blitz.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our best rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Don't be caught in a dirty vehicle. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have your vehicle or boat looking like brand new in no time, and you'll be back driving in style. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, gel coat restoration, and ceramic coating. Take it to the professionals at Lake Martin Mobile Detailing. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or stop by and see them at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville. Mention this ad and receive $10 off. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing for your cleanest vehicles around.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Need that boost to get you started in the morning or help get you through a long day at the office? Alex City Nutrition is your answer. Alex City Nutrition, located on 2nd Broad Street in downtown Alex City, offers meal replacement shakes, post-workout shakes, extreme rebuild products, and a vast array of loaded teas that offer focus, energy, and build up your immunity and overall health. Want to buy in bulk? We now offer your favorite flavors by the gallon. Come by Alex City Nutrition today or call 256-496-8284 to begin your journey to great health.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Friday afternoon. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us, brought to you each and every day by Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team. Saving people thousands of dollars each and every year on their home mortgage. Give them a call today, 256-397-0248. It is high school football tonight. Maybe, hopefully, the rain will kind of hold off, and it'll be a good night for all those out there. Certainly Benjamin Russell traveling up to Sylacauga, but some other
Right.
ones, Hoover and Auburn playing.
Hoover and Auburn playing Phoenix City and Hewitt Trussville.
Wow.
Open up in Phoenix City.
game.
That's huge. There's a lot of big-time games here in week one. So scoreboard show will be on tonight throughout the state of Alabama and 20-plus affiliates. But you can also tune us in at AHSARadionetwork.com and AHSA.com for the complete scoreboard show 10 to midnight. Do a great job. You and JJ and Luke really kind of head that up throughout the season, but it's the most comprehensive, and it's the official scoreboard show throughout the state of Alabama. Also, the second game of the Kickoff Classic, as you just mentioned, Hoover and Auburn will be on the network tonight. It will be Caleb and Tommy, or excuse me, it'll be Luke and Tommy. It was Caleb and Tommy last night with the Helena-Chelsea game, and Helena won that football game. But tonight, Auburn and Hoover with a new football coach. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. So good football. Forecast a little spotty depending on where you're going to be tonight, but get out and enjoy some good high school football. It's back, man. It's going to be fun. And awesome. Wade, I want to thank you again for coming, because huge news with the Wickles burger with Jack's coming out, the Wickles bacon cheeseburger. If you hadn't had one yet, I haven't had one yet. I don't think Andy's had one yet.
My mouth's
but
watering.
you've had 10. So
Yeah, I've been on the treadmill ever since. It's awesome.
You're on the treadmill eating one,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, just stuff in my face. Can't quit eating them. It's a great burger, found in all 220 Jack's restaurants for 6 weeks all around the South. Wickles, pickles,
And if
bacon burger.
if it hits, that thing may be extended.
Just, hey, if you're listening, Jack's, call us. We're all in. So we would not have been able to do that concept without you guys. We really appreciate it. Do y'all have a nickname for the Sylacauga Benjamin Russell, right? Like 280 Tangle or something?
No,
like
I
that?
mean, we would need to. I mean, back in the day, we played each other pretty regularly, and it kind of fell off. We kind of went up and down classifications and were separated, and we didn't play for a while. But this is 2 years in a row. Hopefully, it'll stick around.
It's a region game?
It's not a region game. It's they're 5A, we're 6A. So so he's still out of different classifications, but still, it's a good time. Both schools are very close, and good opportunity for both of those schools to get together, and that's what you want to see in high school football.
I think we got a phone call. I don't know if Uncle T-Bone
Yeah, I'm
can
gonna
reach
grab
it or not. But
Go ahead, caller.
Hey, how y'all doing today, War Eagle?
What's up, Charles? War Eagle.
I got to pick it off for just a second. This probably been about one of the best Three Stooges shows I've seen.
Three Stooges. Hey, perfect description.
Yeah, and if T.J. Finley is going to be our starting quarterback or anything like that, I might have to admit myself in a sane asylum.
Well, Charles, you might want to start
calling
making
around
your way, because it looks
I
like
think
that
they closed Bryce's down in Tuscaloosa, didn't it?
Yeah, they ought to open it back up, but he is trending that way, it seems. I'm still interested to see a little bit more of Robbie Ashford, but it's not been decided 100%. But the trend right now is it's T.J. Finley 1A and Calzada 1B, with Robbie Ashford trying to close in on both of them.
Yeah, one of the guys on the Auburn team said that Ashford looked like another Bo Nix.
Is that good or bad?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, y'all have a good one.
Charles, thank you, brother. Appreciate your call, man.
Yeah. So, it depends on who you look. I just want the best quarterback to win the job. I don't care who it is. I don't want to whoever.
Whoever runs the worst one out there.
I don't think that you. I don't think that you have to worry about any kind of like favorites, or you said earlier that Finley, Brett said it, he's just got more experience in the system. I don't think he's getting the nod just because he's been there longer or anything like that, like any kind of like any kind of advantage, but he has been there longer, and that makes him probably understand the system better. That's why
There's no doubt he's got a leg up right now.
I like what Jason said, though. You're going to see all three. You're going to see them all three early against Mercer, and then I think after that you're going to see 1A, and you're going to see number one, and then you're going to know the chart.
Right.
Because if you're rolling in 3 into San Jose and you still got a preseason practice game, Penn State we don't think is going to be what they were or have been the last couple of years. But you're not going to have success rolling out multiple quarterbacks against them.
Not at all. Patrick wants to know what time. He said the kickoff show I think he may be saying the scoreboard show. It comes on at 10 o'clock tonight. Scoreboard show every Friday night, 10 o'clock. If that's wrong, Patrick, let me know. I'm not sure what
Is that on Sports Blitz also?
It won't be. It'll be on AHSA Radio Network.
Okay.
On the Facebook page, you can catch us there on our AHSA Radio Network Facebook page.
Radio, no TV.
Yeah, it's on TV, statewide.
Okay, great. That's
Statewide,
awesome.
right here. Yep.
Got some birthdays?
Happy birthday today, Joey Tempest, lead singer of Randy Lee's favorite band, Europe. His favorite song, The Final Countdown. Not a lot of people know
I can
that.
see Randy going wild at the old supper club with the Final Countdown.
Kirk Herbstreit as well. Happy birthday,
How about
Herbie.
How about our man Morton Anderson, born in 1960? I thought he was born in 1920. He played so long.
And Bobby Hebert.
Man, if you don't like Morton Anderson, you got problems. That guy was just a consummate professional.
Johnny Nash on the list, not Johnny Cash.
That's right.
So
I can see clearly now the rain is gone.
That's right. That's right.
We appreciate all of you out there being with us. Join us next time on Monday. We'll be with you. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.